Okay, so today we're going to talk about smallpox. And smallpox, and it's going to come up in a little bit. Smallpox is actually a condition that we have eradicated from the world. So let's go ahead and start talking about it. It was popular. In fact, smallpox, it infected about 80% of the population. During the Middle Ages. And this was a brutal disease. The reason being is because of the fact that when people got this really bad, it would actually cause it could cause disfiguring scars. If they got it bad, like everything else, some people may have this mild. Okay, so now there's two types of smallpox, and we're going to talk about those. So there are two types of smallpox. Okay, and what they are is the first one is called Variola Major. So I'm just going to put a 1 for the first type. And it was Variola Major. Okay. And this one killed about 20% of the people who got it. I should actually put killed because, like I said, we don't have smallpox anymore. Killed about 20%. And I'm going to switch markers here, so I hope you don't mind. It killed about 20% of people who got it. All right. So now the second type, if I have a variola major, that means I have a variola minor. Okay, and this one had killed about 1%. So obviously this was the more mild one. So it killed about 1% of people who got it. Okay, so that was the two types that we had. The way that people got this was through the respiratory route. So people got this through the respiratory route. What does that mean? That means that they would breathe it in. So people got this through the respiratory route. Now, I don't know if back then in the Middle Ages they would actually know how diseases were spread. I don't know if this was more common before or after the plague, probably before because the plague killed so many people. So people get it through the respiratory route. Okay? And then the other thing is, once they breathe it in, it affects organs. Normally it's going to affect the lungs, but as you know, the lungs are responsible for putting oxygen into blood, so it's not hard for this to get into blood. So they get through the respiratory route, it then affects organs. Okay? Because it gets into the bloodstream. And once something's in the bloodstream, it can go to anywhere in the body. Okay? It also affected the skin. And this was the characteristic sign because pox are basically like pustules on the skin. So it also infected skin. Okay? So it also infected skin and produced the more recognizable symptoms, the pox. This is a Z. I'm writing kind of sloppy here. Recognizable symptoms. Okay? And then the good thing is like I've already mentioned, smallpox. Actually, I'm going to erase this. So smallpox has been eradicated eradicated. That means eliminated. We don't see it anymore. And it wasn't that long ago. This was only like the 1980s, eradicated from the world. The good thing is we're almost at the same point now with polio. And so there you have it. That's smallpox. And so it's been eradicated from the world. So that's smallpox.